Hey guys, welcome to Purity Wines Tip Talk. I am Natalie. Thank you so much for joining me. Actually, it's double dose Tip Talk. I gotta remember that. But just as I said, I am going to get right down to the no contact rule, and hopefully you guys can hear me because I just finished doing a video on my phone, so now I'm trying to do a video on a webcam. So I am really praying that you guys can hear me. If not, I'll have to go back to my phone. The webcam is a little more, I just feel like it's better to work with. I'm hands-free. Gotta do it, even though I'm hands-free with the phone too, but whatever. Okay, so like I said, the no contact rule. A lot of people don't know what the no contact rule is. From my understanding, the no contact rule is where you are either in a relationship or in a situation and you want that situation or relationship to change. You want it to improve or you want to actually leave that relationship. So the no contact rule lets you do this. The no contact rule is not contacting your significant other for approximately 30 days, giving yourself time to decide if you will be in the relationship or if you will leave the relationship. If it's not a relationship, it gives you time to decide if you will stay in the situation or if you will leave the situation. That is my understanding of the no contact rule. I will say that I have tried the no contact rule. So, and that's what I'm going to talk about, results of it and what happened and everything. And I am going to tell you when you should use the no contact rule and when it can actually help you in your relationships. Now, I did try the no contact rule. I started on December 24th, and my no contact rule was supposed to end on January 24th. Unfortunately, my no contact rule ended early. First, start off that when you're doing the no contact rule, to make sure that you do have a lot of things going on for yourself, or you're going to repair yourself, you're going to do something that will help you through this situation. Just as I did, I had a lot of things going on. I kept myself busy, although the whole time I was so worried about relationship and getting back with that person. And that is something that's hard to do, because if you still like that person, if you still want to be with that person, the no contact rule is not an easy task. This is something that will definitely hinder the process. So if you're going to do the no contact rule, you just have to keep a clear head, a clear mind about, thinking about that person, wanting to be with that person. That's very important. So just as I said, I did the no contact rule. It ended early. It actually ended on January 19th. And it ended because I ended it and decided to go back. I did not decide to leave the relationship alone. I did not decide to just scrap it and throw it away. I did pursue it, and the results were okay for a moment, but it still ended up not being anything. So it still ended up as to we're not together. So lesson learned out of that, and the results was somebody alone, just leave them alone. If you take that long to do something for 30 days, just feel like, well, I just can't decide, I just can't do this. In my opinion, just leave it alone and let it go for good. If you go back and it improves that person, it improves their, the way they feel about you, they missed you, that is really cool. One thing I will say is that I was contacted during that time. I was contacted during, maybe about 2 weeks after that. He did contact me, and I ignored his calls, and I continued on until the 19th of January. So what I will say is during that time, when he had time enough to think and he had time enough to say, hey, you know, look, I'm sorry for whatever I did, blah, blah, blah. I will say, if they call you back during that time, at least if it's been over a week, if it's been over 2 weeks, if it's going on 3 weeks and they contact you, go ahead. In my opinion, see what they want. If you want them back. If you don't want them back, don't worry about it. Let them call. Let them do whatever. My mistake was I still wanted him back, but I ignored the call. So he was calling me back to come back, but I missed that call. So, and it's no telling how it would have went had I answered then. I don't know. But I do know that go ahead and answer. You know, if it has become like 3 weeks or whatever, and it's not really weeks in a whole month. So, and that person, when I went back, they were like, oh, you were gone a whole month and I didn't know what happened to you, you know, this and that. They gave me that whole spiel and I was like, oh, okay. So, and we were missing each other, you know, we loved each other, that made a big difference. And so, but we're still not together today, but that is just a lesson learned. So that is what it is. And I know some people have asked, does the no contact rule really work? Yes, it does, because it gave that person time to actually realize what they missed. It gave that person time to say, hey, where are you? What happened? You know, I can't find you. And so it lets you be able to turn the tables on them. Get your power back. Get your control back. Get your control over the relationship. And that's what you want. You want the control back if you plan to go back. If you do not plan to go back, don't worry about control. Don't worry about any of that stuff. Just leave it alone and just leave it, you know. Say, I mean, I just believe that if you want that person back, the no contact rule is great for that. But in my opinion, if you leave, if you do decide to leave, it was for a reason. And for some reason, you just felt like, you know what, it's just time to go. Maybe something happened to where you couldn't take it anymore. Maybe he was just running things in the ground. And maybe you just had to get your bearings about yourself. You know, so if you needed to do that, I think the no contact rule is a good thing to do for that. So also, one more point before I end this, and I'm making it really short because this video going on 8 minutes. It says 8 minutes. I don't really know if it's 8 minutes. But one more thing before that is that also when you're doing a no contact rule, make sure you're doing it privately to where you're not really telling your friends. You're not really, because you don't want to be influenced in different ways. You want to stay busy. You want to go out and you want to take time to meditate and think on things, but you do not want to be influenced by outside influencers. So what you really want to do is just take this time to really meditate and give yourself time for yourself. You don't want to have a lot of people in your ear. You don't want to have difference of opinion to confuse you, and you don't know what you really want. That's the last thing I wanted to say. I do really thank you guys for joining me. That is my spiel on the no contact rule. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you need to ask me questions about that, you can always catch me at one@gmail.com, and I'm gonna put some emails in the description. I'm not gonna go into detail about the emails, but I will put how to contact me in description, so look out for that. And thank you, as I said before, like, comment, subscribe, and I shall see you next time. Bye.